So the elves are children entrapped inside of child bodies.
All right. Well, welcome back to Time Sweeps.
I give the camera a good look.
There we go.
I was like, all right. Sit here for a couple of seconds. Oh, I got a hold of Joseph.
Oh, you did?
About a mini Melee intro song.
What did he say?
He was like, that sounds dope. I'll get back to you. Because I was like, and we'll pay you. And then he kind of blew past that.
Oh,
He was like, oh, I don't care about that. So you're telling me all of this is random? I'm like, yeah, because I kind of explained to him the general concept of what it was. And he was like, that sounds dope. He's like, oh, and random level? I was like, are you into D&D? Because come play.
I was going to say, get on. I knew his sister, I think, played at one point.
Really?
So there's a chance that he did.
I think so.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And we're back.
All
so,
right. Well, Merry Christmas. This is the
Christmas
episode.
podcast. Yeah, this will be the episode that comes out just after Christmas Day.
This should be the 23rd.
Or just before Christmas Day.
23rd. Day before Christmas
Yes,
Eve.
this is the last podcast that's going to come out before Christmas. So
Yeah. And then when are we releasing the Christmas
the special?
Yeah.
That should be, hopefully, on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve? So the next day?
Yes.
Okay.
keep an eye out for that. Because I
Yeah.
don't think we've promoted it at all.
No, we're about to. We're going to
Okay.
take some pictures today.
Okay.
We're going to get some shit together. We start promoting today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all really excited for that. And we're
Yeah.
not going to go into spoilers for this in this episode of the podcast. But we'll probably
It's
talk
going
about
to
it.
be-
We'll probably review it next time.
It's going to be
Because
fun.
Yeah,
the next
we're gonna-
episode
we're
of the podcast is going to be the way
Way of
the
Water.
way of water, Avatar.
Which we're going to talk about that later or right now. Do we want to go see that? Excuse me, I don't know what that was. In 3D. Because
I want to see it in 3D because it came out in 3D. It was the first 3D movie, and that's how I think
first
Wait, when are we going to see that again?
Wednesday
Wednesday
morning.
Wednesday morning.
Matinee.
Matinee? Okay.
Aiming for a matinee, so it's a little
Okay.
cheaper.
Because my mom also wanted to make cookies on Wednesday, so I'll watch that and then go make cookies.
go make cookies.
Boom. There's our plan.
Cookies.
Remember to bring your notebook because none of us are going to remember anything from a 3-hour movie.
I'm
going
gonna
to
watch the new Rockstars breakdown before we record the podcast. Shout out to new Rockstars.
And
That'll help, too.
I'll watch the original tomorrow.
Oh, I watched it last year.
I fell asleep watching it the other day
Why?
because I can't sit through that movie.
How are you gonna be able to sit through this movie? Then?
I don't know that it's in a movie theater, so I know I have to.
Oh,
I don't like
love
falling
that
asleep in a movie theater. It
I
happened
love
once
that
during a
movie.
Harry Potter movie, and I felt really bad.
I fell asleep during Black Panther because I was wrecked.
You were tired.
I was wrecked
I remember looking over, and it was like watching my grandfather fall asleep in a chair.
because I was fighting it so hard.
You like even had like the arms like.
I'm just glad
Yeah.
that we didn't take Logan to.
I was
see
fighting
Black
it
Panther.
so
yeah,
hard.
no, we would have been dying laughing. It would have been.
Yeah.
I would have had to have separated him from sitting next to somebody, and then he
I
still
wonder
would have
who.
let both of you.
You.
Both of you.
Dude, you should see our Instagram chat.
Oh, I'm sure it's great. He
I'm like,
gives
bro,
me-
if someone finds this, they're gonna take me to jail because this is a 14-year-old kid.
That's what he does. It's like me and him. We're at least related. I don't know what
Right.
you got.
Yeah, it's
You're going to jail, son.
it's just like it's crazy. But yeah, so Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Hanukkah.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, I can say that this isn't really a spoiler. With the new episode that'll be going up tomorrow when this is ready to be uploaded, Saturday, Christmas Eve, almost said November, December 24th, we'll have someone new on the podcast, and Logan will be returning to help play with us for this special little thing we've got going.
Yeah.
Logan will be returning. I forgot that he was in the Halloween special.
Yep,
The
last
first one,
year.
Last year.
I was
And
like,
then we didn't
returning.
and then we didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
a Christmas special
Yeah.
last year.
We had a New Year's Eve live stream, and that's where we're trying
Lime
to
stream.
lime stream. We had drank a whole bunch of lime juice and margaritas.
Unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to do a Christmas live stream this year.
New Year's live stream.
New Year's,
Fu-
Christmas,
okay.
It's
New
okay.
Year's.
It's okay.
We're all on the same page.
It's just we wanted to start doing something big around this time of year every year.
Yeah, we want to try and have at least some kind of special every time. Last year, there was a bunch of ideas I had. Actually, what we've got going on tonight was something I wrote last year.
Yeah.
With the group that I intended for last year, too.
Really?
So that's really interesting.
Really?
But, like, I also intended last year to have, like, gingerbread houses being made and have that as a video to, like, go with pumpkin carving.
Right.
The main issue
Maybe
was
next
just
year.
timing. I mean, the live stream was something that we were like, oh, we didn't have a Christmas thing going. Let's do a live stream. And now we can't do the live stream because of work. I mean, I was able to get off, but these two weren't because you.
They
Yeah,
still haven't approved
You
the
work
day.
at a sandwich shop attached to a bar, and you
Yeah.
work at an airport. So like, I
Airport
get that.
never closes. Although I got Christmas off,
I
and
know
I'm very
a time
thankful
that
for that.
Christmas, I know a time that they closed.
Stop.
Wyatt,
Dude, I made a joke
no.
at work. I made a joke at work. It didn't land well. You know, it did land well.
The Honda
We
bar.
are going to fucking hell. Okay, moving on
We're
very
in this
quickly
now.
and rapidly.
Did you know that Christmas is about goodwill towards men?
Wake me up when September.
It's December.
Yeah.
I gotta.
So it's Christmas time right now.
It's
So
Christmas
let's talk
time.
about some Christmas stories.
It's Christmas time in the city.
Go on.
Ring-a-ling.
Wrangle it. Okay, I was running around. No, it was more skipping around work today on the ramp in front of everyone. Because you know at RKCI you could see right out onto the
Oh,
ramp.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was skipping around in front of everyone singing Christmas carols because it was snowing. I was like, Christmas time is here.
I like to think that, like, from the windows, everyone's watching this, and it reminds me of, like, the scene in, like, you remember 2014, Godzilla came out?
Yeah.
Like, the lights shut down, and then you just see Godzilla's foot and, like, explosions. But in reality, it's just a dude, like, a normal-sized dude. Well, you're 6'7", but it's you just skipping
It's like-
across the window, and
it's
people
like-
are like, holy
It's
holy
like
crap!
it's like when Pearl and SpongeBob skips.
It's a
like-
concrete slab. There's no vibrations, okay? It's not like I'm doing it in the
It's only
house.
because that would murder the airport if there was any kind of vibrations to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, if
Oh.
you were ever capable of doing that to a concrete slab that large, we're taking you to some kind of doctor or exorcist. It should not be physically
Professor
possible.
But what if I was a superhero?
We're still going to need some kind of professional,
What
because
if I
that's
was The
some new
Incredibles?
territory.
No, I don't want to tell I'll get kidnapped and experimented on in government facilities.
And we get a lot of money.
I would
We get
I would
a
be
lot of money.
super strong and be able to.
I was
going to
say, you still wouldn't really be able to do anything, though, with your...
Are you okay?
No. So with your powers, you wouldn't be able to do much because of the government's intervention at any point. It'd be like the Hulk 70s show, but they'd be chasing you down with drones.
Dude,
I
They
have
would-
to keep my powers a secret.
Dude, they would bay
Until
a
one
pig to
day
your
I was
entire
working on an
family.
oil rig and I had to catch the oil rig from crushing the whole crew, and then they thought I died, and I disappeared.
Are we doing Man of Steel or a different
Yeah.
movie? Okay.
speaking of like
Oh, yeah.
government intervention,
Oh, I thought
so
you were
there's
going to
this.
Man of Steel.
So in Southern California, like I think it started in like Anaheim. I can't remember when it was. It was either in like November or like early December. This dude led the Anaheim police and like Folsom police on the video of it was an hour and a half long. That he led them on an hour and a half long chase where he evaded the cops, somehow had gotten like from one car to another without getting caught. Like he hotwired a van, like it was nuts. And like I watched like Critical's like commentary of it. He's like, "Oh my
He
god!"
jumped 3 cars and managed to still evade the police for a decent amount of time.
Like he broke into a house, like evaded the homeowner who was carrying a knife, stole the keys to their brand new truck, got in the truck. It was nuts.
It would have been better for him to just go with the cops. But then he put on this spectacle of a show.
It was like the
He's doing it for the people.
helicopter
for the people.
like the air traffic
For the
like
ladies.
the the helicopter was like, dude, this is nuts. I've never seen anything like this. He was commentating, and it was like he was commentating esports. It was hilarious.
And he jumps over. He jumped over.
I'll have to show it to you.
There's 3 on him. There's 3 on him. 2 men on him.
They're coming.
Like I watched that last night. I was like, what the hell?
I have an idea for this Christmas episode. What if we described our favorite Christmas movies poorly and without using the name of the Christmas movie?
Okay, I'm game.
Are you ready? Okay. A man travels from
Elf.
the cold.
I was gonna say, as soon as you said a man travels, I knew that was your first instinct.
Well, someone else go. Screw you.
Sorry. An aspiring dentist and his mutant. Hold on, let me think about this. An aspiring dentist and his friend meet a man in the middle of the ice, and they go on an adventure to save Christmas.
Man, an inspiring dentist. Oh, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
There we go.
Yeah, like the claymation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that little elf was
He wanted to be a dentist.
I forgot that.
We should just keep going because now I've thought of an even better one that describes a bunch of movies. So it's like you got to figure out which one I am talking about.
A dude kills a man and takes his place.
Fred Claus?
No.
No, not Fred Claus.
the
Santa
Santa
Claus.
The Santa Claus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, in canon they don't actually kill him, but
He falls off the
Yeah.
roof and dies, don't he? Or he just
Yeah.
he Obi-Wan's.
He does.
Yeah.
Santa
I had
is
one
like
in my
having the
mind.
Force.
I had one in my mind. Wyatt, go since you have one.
A group of school children learn the true meaning of Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
There we go. But here's the thing. How many other things does that also qualify as?
the Christmas special of Magic School Bus, the Christmas special of Sesame Street, the Christmas.
A depressed kid has to be not depressed, and a bunch of other monsters come and help him defeat another monster, and a short little man dies, and then it's cold.
What?
A depressed boy can't be seen because no one believes him.
Where the?
Oh!
Oh, Jack
It's-
Frost.
yeah.
The
Rise of the Guardians.
Guardians.
Yeah.
It's like monsters.
It's a
Makes
giant
sense.
rabbit and a tooth fairy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
like
giant monsters.
Yeah. That's good. Dude, they had there was like the series of the books and stuff.
Yeah.
And I only ever read the Santa one. To this day, that still is like one of my favorite childhood books, just because it's Santa with swords.
A boy gets kidnapped and is forced to go to a place he doesn't want to the whole time.
Polar Express.
Yes, and everyone's trying to convince him to go anyway. Polar Express.
Boy gets peer pressured to go somewhere he doesn't want
in a
to with a
surprising
bunch of other children.
In a surprising turn of events, a mother does not get Child Protective Services called on her.
There's an Arnold movie that made me think of.
No.
And
A
It's
mom
not
does
Jingle All
not
the Way.
get Home Alone.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was good. Ooh.
Because the mom should be in jail.
Oh, yeah.
like the mom, the dad,
A boy,
The
a
adult
boy asked
brother.
a former president where the lobby is.
Home Alone
Home Alone
2. Oh man.
The same boy, but a different boy.
In this retelling of a classic Christmas story, someone learns what life would be like without them, but it also prevents a horrible tragedy that happened in 2001.
I'm Up at Christmas.
Oh my god.
You know about that, right, Gary?
No,
So-
I never seen the Muppet Christmas.
So, a Muppet Christmas Carol. Was it a Christmas Carol? No, it's like basically the retelling of like what's it
Christmas
called?
Carol.
No, Christmas Carol is the Three Ghosts. Christmas Carol is the story of like Scrooge and stuff.
Yeah.
This one is about like if I wish I wasn't alive because everyone's lives would be better.
Yeah.
That Christmas story. And I
Yeah.
think it's called A Christmas Story now that I think about it. But Kermit wishes that, and then he goes to 2002.
Oh, is this where the whole meme Kermit caused 9/11 comes
yes.
from?
It all hinges on one Christmas special where they use background footage from 1998, and the Twin Towers are still in the background.
Damn, Spider-Man even got changed for that. What the hell?
Yeah.
Because it was also made for TV and no one gave a crap.
Dang.
And nobody really cared or noticed about that until
memes got a hold
about
of it.
like a decade later. People were like, wait a second. That's the Twin Towers. Kermit caused 9/11.
Jim Carrey depresses a whole town and verbally abuses a dog the whole time.
I'll raise you
A
one.
Grinch Stole Christmas.
Benedict Cumberbatch harasses a whole town and doesn't verbally abuse his dog.
The Grinch. Do you want better? A green man has God telling a story. It's just
You want to know who's telling the story?
who?
Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
Frankenstein. Bitch. Thurl Ives. Thurl Ives. Burl Ives is a different guy. Thurl Ravencroft sang the song.
Thurvo Ravencroft.
He is Tony the Tiger.
I had one in my head and now it's gone.
Ooh.
I might have
trying to
gotten
think
all
of
those
other Christmas
backwards, and Boris
movies.
Karloff might have came out of nowhere, but I thought it was him that told the Grinch thing.
I'm trying to.
Or at least
other
there's a record
Christmas
of it.
movies.
We have a
I'm
Chris.
blanking.
We haven't done
a kid spends his whole holiday trying to get a gun.
Damn it.
I was gonna say that was about the one I was thinking of
I was
just
about
now.
to say a childhood narcissist tries to get a firearm.
Greg Heffley, Diary of a Wimpy Kid 3.
What? God damn it! I can't remember. Oh! A man is going to lose his job if he doesn't obtain bitches.
Attain bitches.
If a man is going to lose his job if he doesn't obtain bitches.
The Santa Claus 2.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he has to have a Mrs. Claus. That's what's stuck in my head. And then isn't there like
A third one.
which one has the toy Santa?
That's two. Toy
So
Santa.
that's one and the same.
Yeah.
Okay, because one of those seem so distinct to me that it's like two separate things.
A family that you would think would go on vacation, but then ends up staying home and ends up sending the whole city
National
into-
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leonard, you know the guy who plays Leonard? He's a little
Yeah.
boy in that movie. That's
Mm.
crazy to think about.
3 kids are adopted by a man, and then they make a hit single that everyone loves on Christmas.
Christmas time is near.
Alvin
Alvin
and the
Chipmunks.
Yep.
My God. My God.
The forces of nature go against one another until it leads to a point where Santa needs to come back out of a bad state.
What? Repeat?
The forces of nature are out of hand, and Santa needs to come out of. It's more like a state of depression. He doesn't want to do his job.
The only thing that's coming to mind is the Fairly Odd Parents episode with Santa, and he's depressed and doesn't want to get fat again.
Close, but no cigar.
I don't know.
You want to hit?
What is? Yeah, what's
It's
the
made by Rankin and Bass.
That doesn't help me.
They also made Rudolph, the stop motion name armatures.
Oh, is it Santa Claus? Is it just? What's that?
There's
one?
a name for it, and you know the song from it.
Yeah, but
We all know the
he's
song.
a ginger. Like he shows him as young.
That's a different one. You're on the right path. Keep going.
I'm thinking the Claymations. Is it the I'm Mr.
There
is it-
you
is
go.
it- I don't know the name of the movie.
Connor,
I'm Mr. Heat Blister. I'm Mr. Sun.
do you give up on the? Do you give up on the
I
actual
give
name of
up.
the movie?
Yeah, what's the
It's
name of the movie?
Year Without a Santa Claus.
Okay.
It's not hard. It's
That it.
a snow golem.
Frosty the Snowman. A snow golem that everyone is trying to kill except the children.
A mailman commits a federal offense and also tells the story about how Christmas came to be.
Arthur Christmas?
Oh no. What's even funnier is that it's been said already.
Postman commits a federal offense.
Oh, is it the Christmas? Is it the Santa Claus movie? The claymation?
It's the one where you learn his
His origin story. Yeah.
It starts with a postman opening letters.
A whole town learns about Christmas, and they make a machine to fire their messages to the surface.
The first SpongeBob Christmas special.
Yep. I don't even think that was a movie. I think that was an episode.
It's just an episode.
Yeah.
The second one was also just an episode, though, so there's that.
Oh.
But it's a little longer.
A spooky guy tries to do Christmas, but
Nightmare Before
Nightmare
Christmas.
Before- That's a Halloween
However,
movie.
everything
up.
I wanted to say was about to be like not
Shut
admissible for YouTube.
shut up. Happy wholesome time. We're trying to curse less. Stop it.
I'm gonna take the hat off. It's too much right now.
A man takes a girl under his wing, and they take down a big tall guy who's bald, and they shoot arrows.
Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's Christmas. Oh, Boba Fett.
Oh, the holiday special.
Yeah,
Okay, I was like, wait a goddamn
because
second.
it's the first time Boba Fett was shown.
Life Day.
Yeah, Life Day.
Life Day was
A
the
man
actual
gets on a
Christmas
plane with a
portion.
gun.
Santa Claus 3.
No.
Is this one of the diehards?
It's Die Hard 1.
It's not on a plane.
Yeah, he's getting his bag and he has his gun in his.
Oh yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
happens, but that's not like the plot of the movie.
Oh no, I
You
just
bastard!
I forgot.
You just
I
described
forgot
Bruce
I
Willis.
forgot what nationality the fucking
Russians.
Russians or
No,
the bad
no,
guys
they're,
were.
They're German.
I
Are
thought they
they?
were Russian forces, but the leader was German.
I was gonna
Maybe.
say a man crawls around in air ducts fighting.
Professor Snape.
I was gonna
doesn't
say a
know
man
how to hold a
crawls
gun.
around air vents fighting whatever they were.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee tie yay! You don't like flying, do you? No. End of scene. A big hairy man comes to get a small boy in a lighthouse, and he tells him something that will change his life forever.
Is Christmas in that one?
Yeah.
I thought Christmas was in the
That's where
second
he
one.
gets the invisibility cloak.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Harry
I don't know
Potter
why.
Yeah.
Like my mind was just like, oh, it was just a gift. No, it was Christmas because everyone's like getting crap from like family members, and then he just gets a cloak.
Two dudes arrive at a Christmas party with their members encased in boxes. It's my dick in a box.
Oh my god.
I was
Two
trying to-
Christians and one Jewish man go on a wild tirade of everything that they can possibly do before the wholesome day of Christmas.
Oh! It's that one movie with Anthony Mackie, right?
Oh,
Is Anthony Mackie in it? I think
is
he
it Seth Rogen?
Seth
Yeah,
Rogen.
It's the night before.
There we are.
Yeah. A man runs down an old lady with his mode of transportation,
Mode
and,
of
and then
transportation.
takes her
Grandma
and then takes her to the North Pole.
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Kidnaps her. Yes. Kidnaps her and takes her to his house.
Man hits woman, kidnaps her, and then nurses her back to health, and then releases her in the wild.
All right, I think that'll end this segment because I can't think of
A
any more
family
movies.
pays for their sins.
Krampus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a good movie.
I never saw it.
It's
Do you ever
pretty
see?
bad.
Because do you ever see
You
them?
do see him.
Okay.
And there's actually a lot, like, he's not as, like, good as he could be up close, but from a distance, he's actually really cool looking. And a lot of the stuff, it's made by the same.
All I know is that the trailer really looked good.
Yeah, trailer was
when the
awesome.
movie came out.
And then watch the movie, and then it's like, oh, that could have been better. It had what's his nuts in it though. I don't remember his name.
Adam Scott.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
was
Ben
the
Wyatt
dad?
because that's all I could remember.
Uh-huh. But yeah,
It
so
also has that one dude that's from Kansas City. I can't remember. I think he's from Kansas City.
which one?
The one that's friends with Paul Rudd and was also an anchor man. The one that wears the cowboy hat.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't remember his name.
Because he plays like the brother-in-law or the brother. I
Yeah.
can't remember which one he is, but
Yeah, I forget his name too. I don't. Is he from Kansas City?
I thought he was. But I might be thinking of someone else.
I
I might be just thinking of Rob Riggle. Is that his name?
Which one's that?
One of Paul Rudd's friends. He is on the ABC show Golfing It or something like that. Like with the putt-putt, whatever.
Is he in Step Brothers? Does he go pow? Because that guy's from Kansas City.
That's him.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
him.
But yeah. So why? What are some of your favorite Christmas stories?
I like the Welsh horse skeleton.
Welsh horse skeleton.
I don't remember what it's called. I'm sure I could look up Christmas Welsh horse skeleton and it would pop right up. But he'll come.
Is he
knocking
bad?
Not exactly.
Does he bring presents?
Not exactly. It's more like you're supposed to ward him off, but it just became like a tradition, and it's like, it sounds more like it came from like your friends messing around, like they have to come in and like eat all your crap and then
Mhm.
leave. That's what it sounds like. Which that's a very popular thing in a lot of places outside of like Wales, like straight up across Europe. But that's like a big tradition. Is just say it right, or I come in and I eat your shit. That's it. That's the tradition.
Really?
But the Welsh horse skeleton is the child has to respond. Like they'll knock, someone's in a blanket essentially, and they have like the horse skeleton that they're like puppeting the skull, and they sing a song, and the kid has to respond with the song, singing it, and it has to go back and forth until the skeleton horse gives up.
Really?
If the skeleton
What happens if the skeleton horse
doesn't give
wins?
up? Oh, if it wins,
Yeah.
they get to come in and eat your crap.
Eat all your crap?
Yeah, they get all your food, or as much food as they want. They just get to come in.
Yeah, that just sounds like something that your buddies would be like, "Oh, bro, we don't have any groceries."
I really want to drink some beer, but I don't want to pay for it.
Smart.
Let's go make Jim's kid sing a song and then make fun of the family.
There's a lot of gyms in Wales.
Yeah, all those gyms that live in Wales.
I don't know if this is my favorite, but it's the one I know the most about is the Belschnickel from German, and I only know a lot about it because of The Office. Belschnickel is nice.
Go on. Talk about the
He is a dirty Santa. He's just like Santa. He brings gifts, and he brings but he decides if you're impish or admirable. But he's
like being
dirty.
naughty or nice, right?
Yeah, but he's dirty, and he has a sidekick, Slave Peter,
Oh my god, I forgot.
and it's bad. But yeah, so he's a dirty Santa Claus that has a boy that helps him out.
A boy.
He walks around and he's like, boy.
He carries
Boy.
his axe and then goes around just beating the crap out of things.
Yeah.
Boy,
And
Oh, hi.
read this.
As he walks around.
sound further. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Connor, do you have a favorite Christmas tale?
Get ready, boy.
I kind of find it like it's like how people adapt like the natural like Santa story to their like where they are like what is it like Hawaii or like some like people in the tropics instead of saying oh he comes in on reindeer and it's like they're like he comes in with like dolphins and stuff flying.
Oh,
That's-
that's rad.
The one that I know for sure that definitely has talked about that, like either with dolphins or a surfboard,
Yeah,
is Hawaii.
yeah, it's
There's-
it's really cute.
A few other
Really?
places have that same idea kind of going on too out in the Pacific.
Yeah.
It was just chickens pulling his
Yeah.
sleigh.
That's if he's on land.
There's a lot of chickens
In the middle of the ocean too, though?
on those islands, though.
Yeah, on the islands themselves.
Yeah, I just find like overall it's just like
I want to
that's
see a
one of my
sleigh be
favorite
pulled
things
by a
about
bunch
like
of
how they
chickens now.
adapt the story.
We can do that.
I want to see a sleigh pulled by
We
a bunch
need
of chickens.
approximately 157 chickens and a bunch of tiny chest harnesses.
157? I don't think they could do it.
158.
150? Yeah, I don't think they could do it.
159.
It depends on what.
I think it would
We're gonna
take.
keep raising
I
it one by
think it
one.
would take like 500 chickens to pull me in a sleigh.
Well, yeah, it depends on what we're putting in a sleigh.
Like 800 chickens. Chickens are not strong.
No, they're not.
Like you could walk up to them and grab their neck and kill them.
Right. Well, you can do that with most things, to be fair.
Yeah, but chickens.
Chickens, it's really easy.
Geese,
Hold on.
ducks.
I don't remember what it's
Birds.
called. I
Can you do that to
I
an
looked
eagle?
up something.
Or
yeah.
an eagle a little more sturdy.
They're a little bit more sturdy, but it's still a bird. They got hollow bones.
Boom.
I got no bones.
I'm sure it's a federal offense. However, I think it'd be really easy if you snuck up on one while it's sleeping and just, God!
That would be awful.
I
our
am freedom
nation's
now.
Pride.
Huh?
That's our nation's pride.
Eagerly
Yep,
would
it's bird.
would
Yep.
swoop in and kill you.
It'll
Think
scratch
about if
you up.
Big Bird still existed. You couldn't let your dog outside.
Who did?
What?
If what
just
bird?
bigger
Oh,
bird,
like the-
massive birds.
Like the
I thought
giant
you were talking
birds.
about Big Bird from Sesame
Yeah,
Street.
No.
I heard Big
Like-
Bird, and I was like, does Big
My
Bird not
dog would
exist
bite the
anymore? Like, what
shit out
happened to
of
Big Bird?
What are you
no,
talking
big
about?
giant birds,
You know-
like giant flying birds that swoop down and will just take your dog by. Have
Like
fun.
30 years ago, Big Bird almost died.
How?
So there was going to be a dude in a suit on the Challenger going into space. You know what happened to the Challenger, right?
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Yeah. Everyone watched, and it was almost Big
Rico?
Bird
Yes.
until they realized, hey,
How did they
let's
just fit
not worry
Big Bird
about
on that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just know that's how the story goes. Like they pulled Big Bird out of the idea because they're like, hold on, what if like we don't want to explain why Big Bird's like in space but also on Sesame Street at the same time because kids aren't going to understand that it's a promotional thing. So instead, let's just send this school teacher. So the Big Bird guy was probably like, oh, thank God I didn't have to like after the explosion was like, oh my God.
I was gonna be there.
That was going to be me. Like he went from being like, they kicked me off the Challenger. I was supposed to go to space, and then he was like, oh my God, I survived.
That's kind of dark.
Especially
Merry Christmas.
if they had to like explain to kids that Big Bird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine having to explain that to a bunch of kids. It's like,
hey, Big Bird's not gonna be around anymore.
yeah, Big Bird like went to space forever
And went to go and is now living amongst those
We
people.
should not be laughing about this.
It's a hypothetical. We're laughing about the aspect of Big
jokes
Bird.
in the opening. Shut up.
That was at the beginning.
Um,
Snoopy went to space and came back though.
I think I have a hot take. I don't know if it's hot or not though. I think Hanukkah has a better color scheme than Christmas.
I'm gonna raise you one and say that those are colors also associated with the faith of Judaism though as well.
Still,
I think when it comes down to holidays, yeah, but like the blue is like it is.
I know they have
it is
sentiment.
a
I know they
Jewish
have
thing.
value to the colors, but like I'm saying,
Because the whole
blue
reason
and
that,
silver and blue and white are a better combo than red and green. Okay.
red came about as a thing tied with Coca-Cola and stuff though too, and like berries and like what are they called, poinsettias?
Yeah.
Because they were the only things that like bloom during this time of the year, like mistletoe. So you'd find like those red popping colors, so people associated that with like the season because of like all the pagan stuff. So that just became
And
what it
green
was.
from the green trees, but like still, it's whack combo compared to blue and silver.
The blue has always been there
And
for
blue-
Judaism.
Blue and silver looks great in Christmas lights or Hanukkah lights because
Sure.
Holiday lights.
Hanukkah lights. I think most people who'd put up.
There's like actual people I know that will put up lights for Hanukkah, like on the
Yeah.
outside of their house. There's a house that's not far from me, like up the street, that I know that like during Hanukkah they light up with blue, gold, and white lights. It's actually really nice looking on the side of their house.
Also, what happened to the Minion house?
It's there. It's set up.
It was deflated the other night.
Well, yeah, because probably kills their energy bill.
Well, Ellie, me, and Maddie and my sister. My mom had us do this like Christmas thing over the weekend, where like we played a bunch of games, and one of the games was a scavenger hunt, and one of the bonus points was it just said Minions, and we went and we were depressed whenever it was deflated.
It was up when I came here.
Damn,
That's how I went through the neighborhood, and the Minions were up. Even their inflatable Christmas goat. I don't even know where you get that. I want to know who buys all the
people
Star
in my
Wars
neighborhood have a
stuff.
Shrek Halloween decoration.
I know where that came from, though, is the thing. That existed. Like, that was a thing. Christmas goat.
Christmas goat.
Shrek.
Cactus.
Christmas goat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Shrek. You
Yeah,
never
I
see
know Shrek.
Somebody
That's what I'm saying. Shrek
once
makes
told
sense.
me the word was gonna roll me.
Oh, have you been seeing that they're milking that in the new Puss in Boots trailers?
What?
The song All Star?
Really?
Because they're like, crap, no one wants to see this movie. We've got to associate it with Shrek more. Like,
Yeah, why are they making this movie? And why is it in that weird art style where it's in 30 FPS?
Good question. Why does the dog that's also featured in the movie look like crap? Why does it look like it's designed worse
I don't know.
than modern?
I've been
I
seeing
think
everyone
they're just
roasting
trying-
Marvel lately, too.
I think they were just trying to
For
change it
this-
up.
For a reason.
I
Yeah.
think they were just trying to change up the art style.
But it seems like it's just becoming lazier. It feels like cheaper, synthetic.
Yeah, like, look at the first Shrek movie. It still looks good.
Right. Like, you can see the pores on Shrek's forehead, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And then you have this new dog. It looks like one of, like, a modern Beanie Baby, but, like, gone to shit.
Shaved.
It looks like I don't remember what they're called, but I know they're from Mexico, like the ugly dogs that are
Yeah.
just, like, not made right. It's like at some point they were just inbred, and then it became a thing that they were perfectly healthy again, so now they just look funny,
Right.
and that's what they are.
So
So technically they're perfectly healthy. I shouldn't say they're not made right. They just look weird.
I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Marvel put in put in the ring Thor: Love and Thunder for the Oscars for Best Picture,
Oh, yeah.
Best Director, and Best Visual Effects.
Uh-huh.
and everyone's roasting the crap out of them.
They
on
always
the
try to
internet.
make a bid though, so you got to give them that.
Yeah, but Thor.
No, they're
Best
just not going
visual
to get
effects.
nominated. No, it's not.
Best visual effects.
No.
We all remember Heimdall's kid.
That was. I still think that's not the worst part in the movie. It just looked wrong because of how it was done.
Yeah, but the
But it's
one
not
part of
the
the movie
worst
looks
effect.
really good when like the goats are going towards the moon and then they just run into it.
Right, that looks great.
That looks awesome.
And then there's
Thor,
parts-
But then there's Heimdall's
Thor
son.
1 would have been a better contender.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big
legitimately.
monster he fights at the beginning of the movie.
Dude.
It's great looking.
It also helps that was also hidden in the dark.
Right.
That's where a lot of these things
Big
shine.
brain.
Yeah. Always put it in the dark. That's why like a lot of giant monster movies have the giant monster fight at night. And then you had Godzilla versus Kong in the big ending fights during the day. And then it's like it still looks like crap, but it's admirable that they did it during the day. Mechagodzilla
The
looks
first
great.
but the first fight between Kong and Godzilla looks great because it's at night,
Yeah.
and it's in Japan, so all the lights are lighting up.
Oh, Hong Kong.
Oh, Hong Kong, yeah, it looks great.
None of them have taken place in Japan yet.
Really,
Yeah. I think they're saving that for like a big ending movie or something.
maybe.
Or there might be a stipulation in like the contracts or something that only Toho made Godzilla movies can take place in Japan. I
Maybe.
don't know. They're very specific about that.
Hmm.
But also Godzilla in that movie looked like shit and he sounded like shit and that director can't handle it.
Are you talking about the whole franchise or just
No,
that
that
Okay.
last movie.
I was about to
Because
say-
they didn't use any of the actual Godzilla
versus
roars.
Kong?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything, they changed the coloration of him so he's like a poop brown. His eyes
They
are
can't-
wrong.
Have you noticed
His teeth got stupid, and they didn't use any of like the Godzilla roar effects. In fact, I heard like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park at one point, but slowed down. And it's like you guys suck at your job. You had one job.
They could have just taken it all from 2014.
2014. There is 2 other movies that they could have just taken it from.
But 2014's Godzilla is in that franchise. It's the same Godzilla.
It's the same Godzilla.
And 2, that's some of the best sound design in
Oh,
any
it's-
Godzilla movie, if not the best Godzilla. Like
in
not-
terms
not
of
the be-
American,
in terms of sound design, not story or plot or anything else, but like I love the sound. The sound in that movie is some of the best sound. Like if I were to make a list
I
of
should have you
sound
watch
design.
Shin Godzilla.
Is it good?
That was the last one made by Japan,
Okay.
and it's a little different. It's a little avant-garde to a certain degree, but the sound design is wonderful. The music editing is wonderful. It's a big commentary on the Japanese government.
Those are those made by Toei or Toho?
Toho.
Toho. Okay.
Is Toei still a company?
Toei. Yeah, so they still.
I thought Toho bought out Toei.
They're they're
or the
still,
other company bought
They're
Toei.
still Hasbro bought Saban. Well, I don't know if they bought Saban, but they bought the Power Rangers license.
Right.
But I think Toei is still their own independent thing because they still make Sentai.
That's true.
So like
That's what they
that's
make money
why I
off
was
of.
asking because I know the
Because
they're
I also don't
contractually-
remember
like,
who
they're
owns
visually similar.
Gamera.
Yeah,
I don't remember who owns Gamera anymore.
I can't remember.
And then there's also
Is-
Ultraman.
Yeah, Ultraman is. Yeah. Who knows?
Japanese contracts are interesting.
Yep.
Godzilla's get really, really specific for some reason.
Yeah.
Power Rangers was at least cut and dry. Godzilla, they're like, no.
That's their boy though.
It is, but on the other hand, they also do some really stupid stuff with their boy.
Did they make King Kong too? Or did we make King Kong? Like American.
So King Kong is the American kaiju.
Right, that's what
it
I'm
was.
saying.
It was a book written by this adventurer guy, like in the late 20s, became a movie. It was a hit movie.
So that's
made
why
in
that first
32.
Kong versus Godzilla movie was such a big deal, just because it was like putting them head to head, but it was also because it was like America versus Japan, you know? Yeah.
To a certain degree. So in Japan, Godzilla was kind of dead after Godzilla 2,
Uh-huh.
and they didn't want to use him again to a certain degree.
Yeah.
They we'll bring him back if we want to. But they wanted to have King Kong versus Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It gets weirder. There was a bunch of Toho King Kong movies before and after Godzilla versus King Kong. King Kong versus Godzilla. That's a big deal as the name. Because King Kong has this reputation around the world. It was big in Mexico, it was big in America, big in all these film markets where they could be showed. It didn't make that much money in America, but it was still showed here. So it's the first movie that we get of Godzilla in color. And it's also, they filmed different endings based on where it was being shown.
Really?
In America, there's like an ending where it's kind of like King Kong is a very not the clear winner, and Godzilla kind of just goes away. Because in America, Godzilla was the big deal, king of the monsters. And it became that in Japan later. He started as, political commentary. And then in Japan, there was a much more clear image of King Kong 1.
Really?
That Godzilla didn't swim away. And
You
it's
think it'd
been
be-
edited later on that they both live.
You think it would be like swapped? Like
You would think that. But King Kong was a much bigger moneymaker for a certain amount of time. But that movie put Godzilla back on the map after the very first Godzilla. Godzilla Raids Again wasn't as popular.
I love how this is a Christmas special and we're now talking about Godzilla.
Dude, Godzilla is an important thing in my house during Christmas.
Godzilla is a year-round thing.
There's two months of the year. There's
Godzilla.
right there on my water bottle. There's Kaiju Lai. There is a TV network that used to show just kaiju movies during that, and that's how they said it. And it's like, it sounds stupid. And then there's December, which is just giant monster movies and Star Wars to me for some reason, and the Twilight Zone. Those three things
Wonder
are always
why.
consistent. There was always a Christmas and New Year's marathon of the Twilight Zone on the Sci-Fi Network. I don't know if they still do that anymore. I don't get the Sci-Fi Network anymore.
Well, should we end it there?
They've got some scary Christmas episodes.
I mean,
Now I'm
how much time do we have?
We're at 41.
41
It's
minutes?
42
Oh, okay.
exactly. So we're going to end this Christmas episode of the podcast here. Please make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And Wyatt's going to tell you the secret word right now.
Snow Golem. Hyphen.
Snow Golem is
Yeah,
the
you gotta
secret
have the at the beginning.
So
Yeah.
for our Spotify listeners, you have to go over to the YouTube and comment that or you're lame.
There's like I said before, there's also
A poll.
a
There's
poll.
a poll. Oh, no, go answer the poll. That'd be rad. Yeah.
There's a poll up?
yeah, we can put you can put polls and like questions like Q&As at the bottom.
On
So you can just
Spotify?
be like, what is
Yeah.
the secret word?
Okay, I thought you were saying like a poll like on YouTube for some
No,
reason.
no,
Because
no,
we
no.
actually have the ability to like make the post and stuff.
Community? No?
Yeah. They open that up so that way you don't have to have 100,000 subscribers or whatever.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do it. I just don't get the chance.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry
and
Christmas!
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye!